Hello, everyone. We are the Light Force, and
Hello.
welcome, everyone. We probably will get more as we go, but today we're going to be talking about a few things, psychic attacks being one of them. Um, some people, um, bless his heart, Jeff, one of the members of our group, has had a friend that had a psychic attack, and it was very synchronistic that I see it this morning. I, for some reason or another, he had posted it a few days ago, and it was very synchronistic that I see it this morning because of what I had in mind to talk about today. Um, so hello, Marina. How are you, Marianne? How are you, honey?
I'm good, thank you. I've been waiting for this. I'm very happy to be with you.
We're really happy to have you. Thank you for coming. Today, like I had just said, we were getting ready to discuss about psychic attacks. Now, psychic attacks are, I'm pretty sure most of all of you here probably know what a psychic attack is. Am I correct?
Yes.
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 Oh yeah.
Do you understand that it is actually an entity that
Yes.
attaches to you?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when dealing with this kind of thing, we like to give an example. I'm going to give an example of something that happened to Dave and I, so we can explain what we personally did. Now, we've talked before about different techniques. There's so many different techniques out there on how to clear your home, clear your space, clear your aura. There's so many different ways of doing that. And I kind of used several. So personally, we were paranormal investigators, David and I. Are you going to join me on screen? He's going to join me over here. Um, Personally, David and I were paranormal investigators. Look at the glow he's got today. And we would go in, and we would use actual equipment and record whatever was going on in people's homes that was bothering them, and we would try to figure out what we're dealing with first before we would try to clear it. Now, sometimes you're dealing with things like little children, and it's very, very different than dealing with a malevolent entity. Okay, there are spirits on the other side who like to attach themselves to us. Okay, spirits, ghosts, demons, however you want to, whatever's out there on within that fourth dimension. Some people refer to those as those demons. They're actually, I consider them reptilian. They are an entity, they are a physical species of being that live within the lower fourth dimension. Okay, they just like to attach themselves to us. They eat on our fear, they eat on our lower vibrations. And you want to continue to burn the polis onto them?
They can come from anywhere.
Yeah, but they can come from anywhere. You can go to a gathering, you can go, they can be an attachment on a person already.
Or
And
an object pick up from a yard sale, something like that.
yeah, they can be attached to, are you hearing him okay? He speaks quite low.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, things can, objects can get attachments and things like that. So keep that in mind when you're going yard selling this summer. That you could be picking up other people's energies. You're not only picking up their physical, the ones that are still alive, you could be picking up others that are not. Okay. And not to say that they're bad or good either way on those particular types of energies, but sometimes we don't necessarily want them in our space. Okay. So there is different ways of getting rid of those things. We use Palo Santo, we use white sage. There's also things that you can use like it's kind of,
Sea salt at your doorways, your
yeah,
windows.
well, that's when you're getting into the darker energies. You can
Mhm.
use sea salt. Sea salt is one of the biggest. I always, when we was up on the mountain, and we was doing right after our spiritual awakening, we were there for 7 years, and we were living within communities, community housing, where we were right along with other people that were like, we thought were like-minded. However, in these locations where there is a lot of light, you also attract a lot of darkness. It is attracted to the light, okay? And what had happened was I had throughout my entire life have been trained somehow through my past lives, through remembrance, through actual study with on how to remove actual dark spells and actual dark energy. I was literally trained to do it. So it was like, okay, I guess this is what I do, and this is what I need to do, and this is what I need to be doing. While I was there, I realized I was on a grid. I was literally the grid that we were on was going right through our house at one point, one of the homes we lived in. It literally right through it. One of the ley lines was going right through our house. And it's like, okay, I'm here to clear this, and I realized that there had been so much darkness in this area for many, many, many years, where there had literally been dark witchcraft, a dark priest in that area, literally destroying that area. Okay. And so what I had to do was start using my knowledge. And every time I see this, now a friend of mine there, bless her heart, we had only been there a few weeks, and she says, "This is how you do it," and she showed me, and she was from England, and she showed me her way, and it kind of stuck, and it does very well. And she always says, throw some salt on it. Sea salt is the best way to null very dark energy. And if you know of that a very dark energy is in your area, put it around your doors, put it around don't be afraid. Grab
Mhm.
a bottle of sea salt and just start throwing it on your doorsteps. They cannot cross. They have to come through a door or a window. Keep that in mind. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
How do you know if someone is being attacked? I've never encountered anything like that, so I'm totally naive.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. We debated on whether or not to talk about it, but David and we have literally seen a dark energy attacking another being, another person. The person actually lived with us. First, I, being as at that point very, very conscious of that kind of thing, it attacked me physically in the bathroom. I had literally physically seen it, and it was like, okay, somebody in the house. Now, remind you, everybody within the house we're living within a community home, so there's several of us. Okay. And I realized at that moment that somebody within the house had an attachment. All right. But you don't really know until they start acting strange, start doing things that out of the ordinary. Now, Dave happened to see this person downstairs, and this person, first of all, we don't know why. Dave never did anything to this person or anything, never said anything.
I didn't know him up until that point.
Yeah, we didn't even know him. And he just come up to Dave and says, one of these days you're going to kill me.
Wow.
And it's like, okay, that was off the wall. And the very first thing that he said to me, I had never spoke to this person. First thing he ever spoke to me, he says, I'm not a pedophile.
Whoa.
Okay, so that gives you an idea of types of attachments that are immediately feel guilty.
Mm.
They feel guilty about whatever they're doing. Okay. Things that they're scared of,
Things that are being talked about.
anything. They'll react in very negative, dark manners. Now, this is a dark attachment I'm talking about here. Now, of course, you can get an attachment of a child. I've had an attachment of a little child attaching itself to me because it had passed away in an apartment that I had lived in. Now, when this child passed away, I had actually did some investigation on it. Can you light this for me? I actually did some investigation on it and found out that the child had died about 12 to 13 years prior and had pneumonia, and the mother, who was taking care of her child alone, went to the store to get medication, and while she was gone, the child felt implied to go ahead and get itself in the tub, and he drowned. So it was trying to take its fever down like mommy did, and he drowned. And so this attachment attached to my daughter at a very young age. She was like 2 or 3, and she's talking to somebody that's not there and yelling at them because they're taking her toys. And I started actually noticing, now I had at that time joint custody of her. And so she would go be with her daddy. And while she was gone, this entity would continue playing with her toys. And so this is, go ahead, Jess.
Oh, just reacting in a
Yeah, it was quite intense because her toys would be coming out of the closet, and things. And it's like, okay, we've got to deal with this in a different manner. Okay, this is a child, a child energy. They don't know what's happened to them. A lot of people don't realize, most people actually believe that once you die, you just go right to the ether and that's it. Okay, it's really not the truth. Okay, it depends on what mentality you are when you go.
Dolores Cannon talked about that too.
Yeah. She was very good. She was a psychotherapist, and she did hypnotherapy on people who, for those of you who don't know her, that's who she was. She did hypnotherapists, and that's how she would do life regressions back before their birth. And so that's how she started finding out information. And really, really, really powerful woman. But yeah. So if you get a chance to check out her stuff, please do so.
Yeah. Really, really powerful stuff for sure.
Yeah. But also as well, I wanted to finish what I was saying about actually physically seeing somebody who is in these kinds of things. David actually witnessed this being sticking its hands or little skinny arms inside this person's head. And he would see the person go, like do some weird body thing, like a jerk of some sort, like you would think maybe like a Tourette's person might do, but it didn't happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even know he was doing it. And then all of a sudden his personality would totally change. Okay, so that gives you an idea. You start seeing somebody who's doing these. I don't want to say her name, but she's a politician and she went against up this presidency really recently, several years ago, about 8 years ago. Okay, I don't want to say her name, but yeah, I seen ticks with her. Okay, the whole, neck tick, things like that. You see that kind of strangeness, something that It's not not a normal thing. If you know the person and they've got tics, that's a totally different thing. Okay, a person with tics does it quite often, and usually can get into if they get excited, it can get kind of bad. That's a disorder. That is not the same thing we're talking about here. What we're talking about is actually something that is a jerk. They usually they'll go after the head. Okay, and so you'll see head tics, like jerks, that type of thing. Now, once you start learning to clear these things, now what happened with that particular energy, he was very, very strong, even though he was very small, which is kind of funny. I seen him as like 2 to 3 foot tall, and he would sit on this person's shoulders. So they're not very big. So, you would think it wouldn't take a lot, but it took mine, David's, and a friend of ours energy to get rid of this being. Excuse me. Now, what we did, we focused our energy of light. However you choose to bring it into your body, it is divine light you're bringing into your body. You yourself have your own light. It's your chi, it's your prana, but you're bringing in the universal light as well. And so when you're bringing in the universal light energy, you can project it. You're a beacon, okay? And once you know that you've got this light in you, you've got to realize that's God's light. That's the infinite creator's light that you're pulling through you, okay? And when you're doing that, that's very powerful energy, all right? It's not you personally, but that God's light's coming through you, and you can project that light wherever it's needed. And that's even toward these dark energies. Now, my friend and I and Dave sat there and projected our light. We literally just sat around a table. The person that was possessed was sitting across from me at the table. I did feel the energy come between me and David. Okay, it's like it tried to stop David and I's, or separate David and I's energy. Okay,
But there was a problem with it because he accepted the demon on
the
him.
demon on him, he accepted this
He
energy.
accepted it.
Okay, so personally, when we expelled this demon, it expelled the person.
So he had to go.
By the next day, he was leaving the house.
Hmm.
He didn't stay. Now, this is how powerful this energy works. It was within a day, he couldn't handle it no more. He had to leave. He literally became so afraid of David, he thought David was going to hurt him. And he never said a word to him. So it's like, okay, this is guilty. The guilty, I'm not doing nothing wrong type attitude. When you first meet somebody, that's kind of a strange way of meeting somebody. So if you notice that in somebody, that's probably a good sign that they've got an attachment. Okay. Another way of knowing that they've got an attachment is I'm going to bring up something some people may not like, but alcohol.
Mhm.
Alcohol can bring in bad attachments. Okay. You've got to be so careful with alcohol. Okay. Especially wherever you're going out drinking. If you're going gathering and drinking that way, you're picking up everybody else's too. So, and you're bringing them home. So you got to learn to be careful with that.
And there
Okay.
is even scientific proof of that.
Yeah, there is actually scientific proof of that out there. It's very hard to get a hold of, but it's out of India. They did a study where they could actually pick up on your aura. So they was able to tell whether somebody's aura was being gray by alcohol or whether it's fully colored by not drinking or being full of light. So that's kind of interesting there.
It darkens.
Sorry.
It's very true.
Yeah, I witnessed that one time. I was on another call, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're not interrupting. Go ahead, Marquis.
And yeah, so this one speaker was saying that all the dark has left the planet, and he was just talking about the times we're in and all that. And I thought about what he said, and I thought, well, if that's true, then wouldn't we feel lighter? I thought.
Mhm.
Anyhow, so maybe a week or two, I'm in the tub. I'm a Pisces. I love water, so I bathe a lot, and I'm an empath, so it just refreshes me. And in the
Yeah.
corner of my eye, as I'm lying there in the tub, I saw a dark energy, and it was whisked away. And I believe from my God-loving guardian angels that I pray to and give thanks to all the time.
Hmm.
So that was my experience with a dark entity. And what you're saying about alcohol, yes, I don't drink as much, not that I'm ever an alcoholic, but I do know that it does lower the vibrations, so I've been more conscious of that. But
Mhm.
yeah, like I do try to, like, we all have the not energy but aura,
Mhm.
and so to protect yourself, and this is what I do, I just imagine bright, brilliant white light covering my aura. That's my armor. And it is constant. It is constant. It is constant. It is constant. It never leaves me. And that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for this conversation, by the way.
Thank you, Martika. Yes, that's what another great way of protecting yourself. We talked about the salt. We talked about the sage. It's about your light. Your light in itself is your shield. Yes, and all you have to do is through intent. Through intent. That's it. Your intention to protect yourself by putting a bubble of light around your body, you're protecting yourself. That intent. And they can't come through. They can't. But before, when I was a paranormal investigator, I didn't really know that information. So we learned how to make holy water. We learned how to do it all, to protect ourselves. I was even throwing holy water on my children, to protect them, because they were working with us. They were adults at the time, mind you. But yes, that my children also joined us as a paranormal team. So I wanted to protect them. I'm a mama bear, so yeah. And we even made makeshift wooden crosses. They were handmade intentionally, blessed, soaked in holy water. We even did that. We did that for a long time. My son had this cross that was on his wall, and he got attacked by a dark energy that we had brought into our home unknowingly, and it attacked my son, and the cross, the wooden cross above his head, fell on him in the middle of the attack. So it's like, okay, I don't use crosses no more, but I do use my light, and my light is pure God light. I do pull it in directly from God, from. I don't know if most of you have heard. I believe the little thing I do, but I call for the life, the spirit of life. I don't know if you know who that is. The spirit of life is the mother. She is the mother whole. Okay. She pulls the father's light. Okay. And she fills me with the light of father's light. Okay. That's what I say in my incantation. I talking to the mother, asking for the father's light. So that's how what I do personally. And I'm asking literally for that light to enter my body. So when that happens, yes, it's a big, powerful, powerful boost of energy of light that you receive, and that energy can be directed anywhere. I started noticing after I started waking up a little bit more as we were doing our paranormal investigation, we'd hear on the recording, she's the one, she's our enemy, and they'd run from me. Okay, so I started noticing that, and it's like, okay, fine, yes, they do run from your light. And if you're the more pure your body becomes, and the more pure in love and light you become, the more powerful you become, but the more attacks you can get because they are fighting you against you. And that's what's happening, I guess. Many of you witnessed what we experienced. Jeff's friend, Martika, yeah, the dark ones, they do come after us sometimes. And yes, we have our guides, we have our light, we have different tools that we can use. Another thing that I wanted to explain to you about the little prayer that I do is my Reiki that I use. Reiki is, a lot of people don't understand what Reiki truly is, but they use symbols, and most Reiki you will not see. You will not see them use these symbols, and it's because they have kept them private. And to me, I don't keep nothing private like that. I'm sorry. If it could benefit someone else and help them heal and help them do what they need to do to bring in the light, then I'm going to give it. Okay. And this is why
It's all about the intentions that you put behind it.
and it's about the intention that you put behind it, of course. But as far as the Reiki symbolism, the Reiki symbols are very ancient Japanese writing. Okay. Shokure, which I don't know how it's going to look to you guys. This is the symbol for Shokure. Let me get it up here close. It's basically a number 7. You write the 7 in front of you, and you circle behind the 7 around in a circle like this. Shokure, Shokure, Shokure. And you would say it 3 times. And what that is a clearing. That's another form of clearing. It clears your area. It's a switch. It's a light switch. It turns on whatever you're going to say after it. It turns it on. It activates it. That's what that word means. Activation. Clearing. It's Shokure, Shokure, Shokure. You would say it 3 times. I say every symbol 3 times, and you do things either 3 and 9s. I don't know if everybody knows that or not, but yeah, you do things in 3s and 9s to seal those energies. Okay. And so when you do the Shokure symbol, and it's very simple and anybody can do it, I don't care, and I'm sure God don't care. Okay. Shokure, Shokure, Shokure is a very powerful symbol. Anytime you put words, anytime you put symbolism together like that, it does create. Okay. This is why the dark uses it. Okay. This is why they have used it for so many years. They have used it against us. But there is light work out there that does and uses symbolism as well. The cross in the Christian symbolism is a symbol. Okay, it is a symbol. Just like I claimed before, I used to use the symbol of the cross in trying to remove these entities, and I noticed it didn't work very well. Okay, the being attacked my son, and I had holy water and everything. So it's like, okay, now I've got to look at different ways to do this, different ways to get rid of these energies. That you don't want those kinds of energies to harm you and your family. And yes, they can cause harm. They can cause havoc. They tear relationships up. They do anything because they literally begin to control your mind. So, and a lot of times you're not even aware that they're there. Okay, you don't even know that they're there until something bad happens. So keep in mind that they will act when they feel like they can act when you're in your low vibrations. It could happen in your sleep. I've been attacked in my sleep. So, and go ahead, please. Right.
I've been attacked in my sleep. I've been through all of it my whole life.
Yes.
And because my team is the Andromedans, that's my team. And they've protected me. They've always kept me safe. However, they like attacking me just before I wake up. They like to, as I'm returning back into my body, I feel the energy and they're coming through. And a lot of time it's the reptilians. And lately it's been often. But, oh God, it's horrible.
Oh,
But it's horrible, but I'm very strong. I've got very strong energy and unconditional love. So basically, I just blast them off. But at the moment, they are desperate. They're coming after us.
Yeah.
If they can't come to us directly, they use the people around us.
Right.
And they use them
Absolutely.
as weapons against you or against them because they know that they're close to you and it will hurt you in one form or another.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It is so, it's hard when you live with other people, and living up on the mountain, we had sometimes how many people in the house? 10, 12 other beings that we're caring for and living with. We ended up being the mama and papa a lot of times, because a lot of times they're just kids. And
yeah, like this morning, Archangel Michael came through for me, and I was doing the meditation because I was putting up protection around the house and the property and just my area, and I was bubbling it, protecting the people, the animals, everybody. And Archangel Michael came through. Then the other archangels came through, and we worked together to put up a very strong protection around, especially around me, around my family and my house, because at this time they are targeting people around me because they are not practicing what I'm practicing.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Yeah. Can I mention?
And they are easy targets.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to mention something about the power of three and how the dark entities can use that even through people. The time when I was noticing attacks, which I see it more looking back on it now and how I got through it, but I was noticing at the time, this one person who is actually a family member of mine, something was working through her and she was trying to get me to agree to something she was saying. And I noticed, I would say, yeah, agree. And then she would say it in a different way, but it was the same thing she was trying to get me to agree to. And I noticed the pattern. She was trying to get me to agree to whatever this was 3 times. And at the
yes.
second time, I caught it the second time. After I agreed the second time, I caught it. And then I stopped agreeing and I noticed her getting the frustration coming through. And it wasn't her personality. It was like this sudden shift. And it was like really alarming. And I was like, wow. And it was just like this intention from her to be like, to have to get that last agreement out of me. And I wasn't going to do it. And from then it was like, I was like, okay, this is serious. Like something really big is going on here. So I continued, like you said, I mean, the salt, and I mean, you can sense when you're getting, if you have that, if you're in that space where your clairs are picking up and or more activated, you can feel it as a reaction within you. And if you get that voice, coming in that says, use the salt, or burn the sage or do the whatever. Listen to it. Listen to it, because
Absolutely.
that's your guides telling you, like, yeah, do this now. Like, this isn't, this isn't just your imagination. It's real. It's
Absolutely.
real. So
He burns Palo Santo all the time. The sage bothers his breathing. He does have lung problems, so the sage bothers his breathing a little bit, but the Palo Santo seems to be okay. It doesn't hurt him too bad. But you're right. Salt, lots of salt, lots of Palo Santo, lots of sage. However you do it, it's getting. I mean, and the intention is so important.
mhm.
When you come across these darker ones that are like you said, that are trying to get you to agree to some sort of contract or whatever, and you're noticing it, well, definitely remove your energy. Remove your energy from the area, from the person. Uh, if you know that you have somebody that's with you, that can be with you. Dave, I and a friend of ours did the power of 3 energy against the other dark energy that at that time. So, we know that power of 3 works both ways. So you got to really remember that. The power of 3, through prayer, you'll hear me do my prayer 3 sections for myself, for the earth, and for humanity. Okay, and then I bring it in as one and say the 3 together. Now, that in itself is a form of strength, a form of light, a form of switching it on, switching that energy on, and that's important. Okay, when you're working in 3s and 9s, switching the energy on is that's what that does. It literally does. And they know it. The dark ones know this. They've kept this kind of information away from the average public, and some of us are remembering, some of us are looking into it now and starting to do some more research. And always guys, do your own research on everything. It's important. Don't depend on one thing. Okay, don't depend on one outlet of information. Always do your research. It's important, because there's so much misinformation out there right now, especially about this kind of stuff. The Syrians brought through this week about dealing with this kinds of things, So bless you, dear.
Thank you.
The Syrians, have brought through some information that, talking about their magic, this week. And so, we've got to keep in mind that they don't sleep. Okay, they don't stop, they don't take a break. Like many of us, I gotta relax, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, as light workers. We're very nonchalant. We're just kind of laid back, but they're not. Constantly working against us, constant. Okay. And I know there are people out there that are trying to claim that all the darkness is gone, but I'm not so sure about that, because there is psychic attacks still happening, and you can't deny that. Okay, you can't deny that that's happening. And if it's happening and people are trying to say that it's not, then maybe we need to look at those outlets as, and question. Always question, always hold discernment, because sometimes we don't, if you're experiencing things and that you are experiencing it and somebody else is telling, oh, that's not happening, well, go by your own inner knowing,
Mm.
you know.
Chelia, can I say something?
Absolutely, hun.
The information that I receive, it's been already a couple of years. Things that I've seen and that I know that's going to be coming. It is for certain that it is happening, that it is occurring. However, I'm attempting to change my timeline.
Okay.
I'm working on changing my reality, meaning that I get to see it, but I don't get to experience it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
Because it is happening, it's going to occur.
Yeah, you can see it. Just it's out there.
But however,
Don't
it
put your
depends
energy
on
in
what
that.
frequency you're at the time. Either you're going to experience it or you're not. And I'm at the stage now where I am not going to be experiencing it. However, I'm going to be seeing it. Still not nice to see it.
Oh, I know. It's so hard to look at it. But one thing, like I've stated before, it's good to have compassion for those that are experiencing it right now and send your love and light, but you don't have to experience it yourself. Okay. And you
Yeah.
don't. We learned how to create our reality a long time ago, and we know to keep our area peaceful. If we're not peaceful, everybody around us isn't peaceful either. And we know that. And so it's important. It's important to have the peace within your own self, raising your own vibrations. As you raise, be aware that you still can have the psychic attacks. Okay. They're attracted to it. They're attracted to the light. So, as this happens, be aware, knock it off your shoulder.
I was gonna say, should I carry a little bag of sea salt around with me?
Absolutely. We always keep it on the shelf. You got to kind of
Throw some salt on some people.
Yeah.
What
Directly.
I usually do before I go out or anywhere is that I put up a protection of bubble around myself and I ask my team to be with me, to actually accompany me everywhere, because even though they're with me, I still get the attacks like I did yesterday. And then I had to ask the medical team to come and assist me to heal my back, because they attacked me on my back and it hurt my back, my spine. So the Syrians came through to help to assist me on the medical side, and they healed my lower back. So today is much better, but I need to still be careful. So that's why this morning Archangel Michael came through and the other archangels came through, and we did a full-on protection on me and everybody else around me, because they are coming for me.
Bless you, dear. I'll make sure to send extra healing today.
Thanks.
One of the things I wanted to add, you was just saying that they attack in the back.
They like that.
That's the spot. Okay. Even, let me explain something. Okay. The Bible itself actually talks about the armor, putting the armor of God on. Okay. And that is in the same sense of putting your light on. In the Bible, it actually talks about where this armor lays. The only space that is not covered is the lower back.
That's where God's energy comes in, isn't it?
That's right. It's the only place that it's not covered, but that's always where we get attacked. Okay. Many of us have gotten attacked there, and he gets attacked there all the time. So it's like, okay, when you're putting your light up, focus that area. Say, okay, heal that up.
Especially if you already had an injury. They like to attack it a lot.
Yeah, he has his back's pretty much broken in half. So he has, lower back and upper back injuries. So he was in a truck accident. Semi-truck. He was a truck driver for years. So, and he ended up having to retire, basically disabled because of this back injury. So, they know that injury's there. It's hard to keep when you've had surgeries and things like that. They attack those areas. They like to get in the darker, the where you're already hurt, where you're already injured. And that's where they attack us. So excuse me, remember that as you're clearing yourself and your home, always remember to clear your aura, because they start within the aura. That's how they get to you, through your aura. So remember that. Remember to cleanse your aura, and that's done again by intention. Say literally, I'm clearing my aura. He likes to go like this and tickle my aura. So so this is, you got to remember, we're not just this physical body. We expand 7 meters. Our energy expands from our body 7 meters. That's phenomenal if you think about that, of how much we can get in our aura, in our area, like when we're going to the store, when we're doing our daily routine, going to work,
Big crowds.
especially when you're in big crowds. Okay, so that's what's important about making sure you keep your area clean. And it also goes to clutter. Clutter in itself can absorb that dark energy in your home. Usually when you have clutter in your home, you're also cluttered everywhere else too. So yeah, try to keep homes clean and from clutter, because that also attracts those dark energies. Okay, that is a sign that could happen. We have an issue here at our house, that we have a garage that is not insulated. So half of the garage during the wintertime has to come into the house. So because we have paint and we have this and we have that, and that can't be out in the cold weather. So now then we get that clutter during the wintertime. So it's like a spring cleaning is due. And that's what's happening, I think, right now, with everybody. We're having a spring cleaning. And that's a good title, huh?
Mhm.
Spring cleaning our aura, spring cleaning our homes, spring cleaning our spiritual space. And how's everybody feeling right now?
Good.
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 Are we ready to go ahead and do the healing and the perfect?
Sure.
Is everybody ready? Okay. I'm gonna ask him to scoot over so I can have my arm space.
Went fast.
Mhm.
Okay. All righty. I love you all. Thanks for coming today, by the way.
Love you
Love you.
too.
I was hoping we'd get a few more, but there was some of our team that's traveling today and not going to be able to make it today. So let's wish them love and light. They had good intentions, but they couldn't make it. Anyway, okay. Better get me a drink. Prepare. Can you go ahead and burn the pulse onto him again? Oh, and another thing I was going to tell you, crystals. Crystals are a big thing as well that helps clear your area. Yes. I've got my turquoise.
Mammalian,
Yeah,
mammalian crystal.
I got a bunch of them.
And I need to get more.
my amethyst.
Wear one on my solar plexus chakra. This big
Nice.
one.
Nice.
Right on.
Yeah.
Also, nature loves us. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got an owl feather. I've got a hawk feather. And my personal favorite, people would think I'm weird, but my vulture.
Mhm.
Vultures are protectors. Okay.
Apex. They're apex too.
Yes.
Apex animals.
And they were worshipped in ancient Egypt. And I have a very close connection with vultures. They protect me, and I know this to be a fact. I had one of the homes that we lived in. Literally, we had a whole flock of vultures that would sun in the morning in our backyard, and they loved us. They loved us. They were huge, huge birds. Most people are afraid of them and think they're ugly, but I love them dearly. Look at him! Look at him! He's got vulture feathers.
I got feathers all over the place. The only feathers I have, I've picked up myself in nature. So
Absolutely, they're given by nature. You don't purchase the feather.
no.
But yeah, you don't want to purchase a feather. He's going to go to the restroom. He may be coming through my healing, just to let you know. So, but anyway, yeah, I love my feathers, and I have to keep them away from my cats, though. Yes. Yeah, my kitty cat likes to chew on them, so I got to be careful.
Not ideal.
All righty. Okay, let's get started here. I think you can get. Again, I love you. Namaste, family.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Shokre, Shokre, Shokre. Han, Shazi, Shonen. Han, Shazi, Shonen. Han, Shazi, Shonen. Shokre, Shokre, Shokre. Say haki, say haki, say haki. Shokre, Shokre, Shokre. Raku, Raku, Raku. Shokre, Shokre, Shokre. Om, Om, Om. Shokre, Shokre, Shokre. Fill thou my body, O spirit of life. Fill thou my body with the spirit of light. Come from the flower that shines through the darkness, and come from the halls where the seven lords rule. I name them by name, the seven, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. By their names, I call them to aid me, free me, and save me from the darkness of night. Wintanas, Kurto, Chiatal, Goan, Urto, Simveta, and Ardo. By their names, I implore thee, free me from darkness and fill me with light. And so it is. Fill thou this earth, O spirit of light. Fill thou this earth with the spirit of light. Come from the flower that shines through the darkness, and come from the halls where the seven lords rule. I name them by name, the seven, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. By their names, I call them to aid me, free this earth, and save her from the darkness of night. Wintanas, Kurto, Chiatal, Goana, Urtal, Simveta, and Ardo. By their names, I implore thee, free this earth from darkness and fill her with light. And so it is. Fill thou humanity, O spirit of light. Fill thou humanity with the spirit of light. come from the flower that shines through the darkness, and come from the halls where the seven lords rule. I name them by name, the seven, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. By their names, I call them to aid me, free humanity, and save them from the darkness of night. Wintanas, Quirtal, Chiatal, Guan, Ertal, Simveta, and Ardal. By their names, I implore thee, free humanity from darkness and fill them with light. And so it is. Fill thou my body, fill thou this earth, and fill thou humanity, O Spirit of life. Fill thou my body, fill thou this earth, and fill thou humanity with the Spirit of light. Come from the flower that shines through the darkness, and come from the halls where the seven lords rule. I name them by name, the seven, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. By their names, I call them to aid me, free this earth, and free humanity, and save us from the darkness of night. Wintanas, Quirtal, Chiatal, Goana, Ertal, Simveta, and Ardal. By their names, I implore thee, free me, free this earth, and free humanity from darkness, and fill us with light. And so it is. I will be doing the healing for about 10 minutes. Slowly come back to your fourth, fifth dimensional selves. I love you. I love you all.
Love you.
Love you.
We did that for 9 minutes today.
Thank you so
I
much.
felt your energy flip. It was strong. I picked up on your energy from the beginning.
Oh, I
Mhm.
love you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Martika.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all.
Much
Thank you.
appreciated. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Ludi, it's good to have you today. I don't know if they're going to speak. Hello, Ludi. I guess they're not going to speak to us today, but it's good. It's great to have you all today. One of the things I did want to say before we go today, you might have noticed I added a couple symbols today. We added the Raku and the Om.
The Om, yeah.
The Om, yes. Om, when you symbol it,
Mm.
brings you protection. Okay, and that's one of the things that I put in today. That's a protection symbol. The Raku is to remove darkness. That's exactly what it means. Okay, removes all darkness. And the Raku symbol is a lightning bolt.
Mhm.
So keep that in mind when if you're in a situation where you feel you need cleared and you can't get a hold of me, you know, and I'm not around. Just try to remember that Shokare, the 7 symbol, activates these symbols. Okay,
Mm.
you put it first before you say your other symbols, and you'll notice that I'll say it in between each symbol that I say, and it's to activate each symbol. So if you say Shokare, 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 Om, 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 Shokare, 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 that is one of the most perfect protection symbols that or protection powers that you can get, really. And remember, these older symbols like the Om symbol, that's a very, most people around the world know that symbol, you know, and it is one of the, and it is a powerful symbol. They just think, okay, it's OM. Yeah, you see it on tapestries, you see it everywhere. You know, you can find the Om symbol. Well, the reason for it, the reason why they put it out there that way is it's not just the spelling of the word, it is the actual symbol. It's the energy that is put forth on the written word.
Mm.
The spoken word is powerful, but when you write it, it becomes even more powerful.
It's good to know.
Yeah. When
I've
you
been
write,
putting Om into every one of my beads, you know, chanting the Om into every bead
perfect.
separately and charging it up, but like knowing that symbol to use the symbol as well is
Yeah,
great.
absolutely.
Great to know that.
Yeah. Reiki teaches you, they have like 4 main symbols that they do. But through my other teachings and my other work that I've done, I realized that symbols are all over the world, and they're the Japanese symbols. Japanese language, being as ancient as it is very, very powerful language. It's wrote in numerical form, just like Hebrew is. Okay, I don't know if you know that or not, but each word symbolizes a number in Hebrew. Okay, yeah, and so every and knowing that we were talking about 3s and 9s, the whole universe is a numerical universe. It is fractal. So knowing these things and working numbers and these symbols into your routines daily makes such a big difference in your energy work. It literally advances it tremendously. We talk about tools, the tools of light work. These are what these are. They're tools of light work. Some people don't like to use tools. They just bring in the light, and that's perfectly fine. But if you really want to amp an energy, you kind of got to do it the way they do it. And that is through symbolism and through your intention and through the fact that we have a much bigger advantage than those of the dark. We are literally working with the infinite light. So that makes it much different, much more powerful, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So I love you. I love you all. Take care. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much.
Right. Have a great week yourself.
You too. Bye-bye. Love
Bye.
you.
Everyone.